Welcome back. Welcome into the layer, the NotShoes layer. NotShoes, it's the shoe show hosted by me, the last professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts, of Notsam Enterprises, Notsam LLC, Notsam Media. So, some people have suggested we start calling the media empire Last Professional Media, but I think we'll just have a spin-off company at some point. Look, regardless, the point is here at youtube.com/Notsam, we got a lot of great content. This is some of that great content. As we talk about every single show at the start of the show, don't be coming here for expert analysis. Don't be coming here thinking that I'm going to give you a hot take on every single shoe that gets released. Look, I like Jordans, mainly Jordan 1s. I like Yeezys. I mean, it's as basic as you could possibly get. But I'm an enthusiast. I'm a hobbyist. And I like to share that with you. And we like to bring you into that world. And I say we because my buddy Reed is here with me, who is also an enthusiast and a hobbyist. But he's broke ass too.
So a lot of people just call me an ass.
Yeah. His collection isn't what it could be. But we'll talk about all that. Reed, you good?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited. Getting cold out here. A lot of sneaker releases coming up. So
yeah. And speaking of broke ass, of course, our live-in producer Hot Dog is here. What's going on, Hot Dog?
I'm just here to learn, but and also get insulted apparently.
You say you're here to learn, and like literally 4 months ago, we go, oh yeah, it'd be fun to take Hot Dog sneaker shopping. We'll do this, we'll do that. You've done nothing.
Well, I mean that's on me though too.
No, it's on Hot Dog because he's done nothing for the culture.
I've been distracted with my babies.
Your babies?
Yeah, my cameras.
Oh, I thought you meant. Oh, okay. All right.
No.
All right.
Well, that was a way bigger reveal about to happen.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there at some point. We'll get there. Why don't we start today the way we usually start with pickups? I think that's what people are most interested in. I know that you are most interested in. I feel like, Reed, like you text and DM throughout the month or so in between NotShoes episodes because I feel like you get super curious, but there's also a part of you that wants the reveal. Yeah. On the show, like you go like, did you get him? But you never ask for the story.
No.
Because you want to wait.
I'm the same. Like Christmas is coming up. I'm like that too. I like to know that I got presents, but I want to wait till the day. But I want to know what you did.
Right.
I want to know if you got it. I'm empathetic. I'm like, oh, I know what you.
Right. Well, okay. We got 3 pairs. Technically 2 that are new, and 1 is a double up. All right, but the double up is just as important as the single. Let's start.
I would say maybe the most important.
I would say so. I'm going to save it. Because let's start with this release. I think it was an amazing release. This is the Nike, of course, Jordan brand put out the Fearless pack, which includes a pair of 1s, men's mid, women's mid. There's a whole bunch of them.
A lot of good shoes in that pack, actually.
A lot of good shoes. A lot of not great shoes, too.
Yeah, but that comes with the territory.
Right. And so I'm not sitting here going like I need the whole pack. At first, when I saw some of the not great shoes, it made me go, maybe I'm just going to skip this whole thing entirely. But I was like, you know what?
No.
Why am I worried about what's in what pack? I just get the shoes that I like.
It's like an album. Like if you are artist released an album, half the songs are good on it. I think that's a good album.
Yeah.
Like, half the shoes in this are palatable.
Yeah.
Good job, Nike.
And these are great, I think. These ones are amazing.
Don't use the flash on them, though.
Boom. There we go. These are the Fearless 1s. You can see the little Fearless tag is there. They're patent leather. They have the black upper, and then they have the like the patent UNC from the heel. It looks almost like the women's release that came out earlier this year that a lot of people say is one of the best 1s releases all year. But it looks like...
we talked about them.
Yeah, it looks like that women's release where it was that sort of black UNC patent leather. But then we see it mold nicely into a Chicago colorway up front. Now, they are next year putting out a women's UNC to Chicago colorway on the 1s. And they're putting it out for women's, but they're putting it out in a bunch of sizes. So that'll be one of those where, like, men are trying to get a size 12 women's because it's a 10. Like, I'll be trying to get a size 12 women's.
White hiking shoes they had.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you.
Yeah, and those are not patent. They're black, and I believe they have a slightly darker kind of powder blue up top. And then I think the toe box, if I'm not mistaken, is red. But I'm assuming by now there's a picture of them right above us. So
of course there is. Always is. Right there, actually. It's a nice picture.
You'll see what it looks like. I'm not. Also, the the logo here, the Wings logo is not. It's black. It's almost like a separate piece,
It's like a little bubble.
which I don't love. You know, I don't love that on these. I like the traditional Wings logo. But so I was not 100% sure about them when they were first announced because I'm not the biggest fan of patent leather Jordans.
I was gonna say these are shoes that I think they're beautiful in construction, but they stand out.
They definitely stand out. However, you know, they're almost like the gold toes, which are also patent, but they're black, gold, and white. And while I would never wear them every day, I'm really glad that I have them in the collection because
For the flex.
for the flex. Let's say I'm going. I think I wore them to like maybe a UFC fight or something like that.
Yeah.
You're going out. You put on those. I think these would work the same way. Like, am I gonna walk around in these all the time? No, I'm definitely not. But if I want to go somewhere and just have something cool on my feet, I think these are perfect.
Yeah, I think they're like. I think if you're going somewhere where you're already know you're going to be looked at,
Yeah.
then it's cool. But if I'm riding the bus, I don't want to wear super flashy shoes. But if you're going to like some event, like you said, you're covering something. I think those are the moments when this type of shoe is great.
See, it's got the black tongue, white and red detailing. It's got the fearless thing inside.
Do you think it scuffs easy?
Here's the thing about patent is that they crease crazy
Yeah,
easy.
I know they
wish I had
crease.
my gold toe pair up here. I do not at the moment, but they crease. I mean, the gold toes crease super easy, like first wear, and then the creases stay. And I find patent leather doesn't look as good beaten up as like some of these other ones do. You
Yeah.
know, when it's the soft leather, they look great beaten up. But patent leather doesn't look good beaten up. So
Ones look so good beaten up. They have shoes like this one that have come out
they
already
come, yeah,
pre-beat up.
they come pre-beaten up
Like when-
because it looks
you haven't-
better.
You haven't seen a Jordan 11 come out pre-beat up
No,
yet.
no. I'm sure we'll get there, but no. So I decided to get them. Here's my thing though. And the reason I only have a pair to show you in the box, I don't have like a on feet pair, is because
You failed.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Don't judge like that, because it did double up. I did absolutely double up.
I didn't see the graphic come up though, so it's not real double up.
Put it up.
No.
Double up. However, this is an 11. I am a 10 and a half.
No, I know.
So we're waiting
Why?
because that's all I could get my hands on. I mean, look, they're not going for crazy money right now. I also think they're going to age very well. Like, I think this is going to be a pair that people want to have in their collections.
Really?
Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah, just because it's every part of it is a classic colorway. I wouldn't think they're going to produce it again.
Yeah.
You know, the black upper, you know, usually does very well. And patent leather actually ages really well in terms of, you know, the desire that people have for it.
Yeah,
you know what I
no,
mean?
I feel you.
It feels like a special pair. And the fact that it's got that UNC color and it's got that Chicago color and the black, I think that people will turn around. And I don't think they're going to care about the Fearless pack. I just think that they're going to want this shoe in their rotation. So I was able to get one retail just off the sneakers app, no problem, 10 and a half, easy peasy. Then I had to go. I don't want to pay resale if I don't have to. So
Especially not for a shoe you don't love.
exactly. So a buddy was able to get them, but he only got an 11. So now it's mission size swap, and we're on it. And so far things are good. We have a couple of prospects coming up. If I really wanted to like ship them out and go to a lot of work, I could have had the size swap.
You're
down
not
the road.
hitting the streets over these shoes.
No, but I do have. Right now, there's a person who needs to get rid of a couple pair of their 11s, size 11s, and then once that happens, we'll do the deal. So by the time we meet again, I'm sure we will have a 10 and a half that's swapped out for this 11.
If there's one thing I have confidence in is that you'll be able to find a pair of shoes in your size.
Yeah. Now I'm sure there are people that are like watching and going like, the whole thing is stupid because since it's a double up pair anyway, what difference does it make if it's an 11 or a 10 and a half? But in my collection,
I was thinking that.
yeah, I get it, but I like to double up. You know that everything needs to be doubled up that's worth anything. And I mean, when I say worth anything, I don't even mean money. I mean that's worthwhile.
Yeah.
And like shoes that I like, I just need to have a second pair that's dead stock. That's how my
Yeah.
brain works.
Anything good you want more than one of. Go to
Yeah.
Disney World, double up on that trip.
Exactly. 2 trips to Disney. It's
Of
much
course.
better. But I got to know, like, even though I would probably never break them out of dead stock, I got to know that I could if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And so the idea that, oh, I do have an extra pair of these, but they're not the right size, doesn't work for me. Doesn't count. Doesn't give me the same satisfaction.
I like that. I appreciate
no
that.
can do.
I
So,
appreciate that.
and that's how you know it's not just because like, oh, one day I'm going to sell them. Like, because a 10.5 and 11, like the difference in the money is not that big.
Well, I told you when I used to resell shoes, I don't do it as much now really because the profit you don't make it as much off of it with
Because everybody's doing
because
it.
so much easier,
StockX,
right?
yeah.
But one of the things I would always do is because I have very little self-control when it comes to certain things, shoes included, I would purposely buy it not in my size. I wear size 12. So that I would not be tempted, to be like, oh, I'm gonna keep these. No,
Right.
I got a size 10.
You don't smoke
Size
your own
9.
stash.
Never.
No.
I mean, yeah, maybe if I had it more like that in the future, I would. But
Right. And also, I mean, so if you get a size 12 or a size 9, if the purpose is to resell, you got to get that size 9.
Oh yeah,
The smaller sizes are gonna go for more money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in terms of like I which is why I appreciate you not just doing that because that makes me know that you really want it for you, that you need to get it exactly in your size. When I used to do the exact opposite because I did not want it for me.
All right, next pair up is another pair from the Fearless collection, and this is a controversial one because they're mids. It's a collaboration, which is a good thing, but they're mids. These are the Blue the Great. He's an artist.
Beautiful.
And he collaborated with Jordan Brand to create these mids. Now you can see it's not only is it different colors, but it is different fabrics. This blue is one type of fabric. I think this red's a little softer. And then you have it's not corduroy. It looks like corduroy. But this white, or this like slightly off-white, is... It's ridged like corduroy. It's not full on corduroy, but it's ridged like corduroy. And then the swoosh feels like a bathroom carpet. You know what I mean? Like it's up, it's puffy and curly like that. The Jordan logo is embroidered in it, and the blue logo. This is the artist logo. Blue is plastic.
Whose logo isn't just blue?
No. It's many colors, is the shoe. You're talking about orange, blue, red, green, white, black, and then the tag, of course, with the Jumpman and Air, which, is not the way Jordan 1s looked, but is not uncommon for a mid. This is a mid. And also the inside, instead of being black and white, is almost like a tie-dye pattern, which I like. So, again, this is one that when it was announced, I wasn't sure about it because I don't really do mids very often, but, man, these are so... nice. They look cool. They're casual. You know what I mean? You wear them kind of loose a little bit, kind of open. I just love them. I really love them. I love the different fabrics. I love that it looks like, your feet were just draped in like kids carpeting.
Yeah. As a man with 2 young kids of his own.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think these are also very underrated, And as far as the mids go, the only really 2 pairs of mids that I would recommend people have in a full-on collection would be this one. And I think if you have a collection without this, it's still a good collection.
Yeah.
But I think the New Love is really... This is the only essential mid shoe. Like the New Love...
I'm not a big fan of yellow shoes, so I wouldn't pick it up, but I know what you mean.
But it is an essential, iconic Jordan. And you can see it's got the Jumpman and the Air logo on it. So, So we have to know that we do, even though we say we don't like mids, we make exceptions. We made an exception for the New Love. Really early on, when I started to collect a little bit more seriously, I got those Jordan 1 Hair Jordan mids. They're like the Space Jammy ones with the, and I don't think those are necessary, but I just happen to have those mids in the collection. I only have 1 pair. But these are great. These are a double up for sure. Double up, no problem. Easy peasy. Grabbed them, and I think this is also a pair that right now you can get. I think if you're questioning whether you want them or not, you should grab them now.
Is the resale high on them?
Nope. But I think that, look, I don't think it's ever going to be astronomical.
No.
But I think it'll grow. I think this is good collaborations are a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
And this is a really good collaboration, and it's extremely wearable. Once it's on foot, it's super, super wearable.
Well, I really got to commend Nike for this because this is the definition of a beautiful shoe. One, the timing is really good aesthetically in terms of...
You said beautiful.
We hope you wouldn't have caught that.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it, and then I was like, I'm not going to mention it. And I was like, no.
No, I caught that, too.
Yeah,
I was like, I hope he's not
beautiful.
going to mention it.
You heard him say beautiful, right?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
I don't know. beautiful shoe.
This is the definition
Of a
a
beautiful
beautiful shoe.
shoe.
I was like, can we first define beautiful? Go on.
Well, while we do that, I'll tell you why it's a beautiful shoe.
Oh, okay.
I think the patchwork look, as you said earlier, with the different types of materials stuff, is definitely in right now with the new Travis Scott Air Force One. And I think there's another shoe that's actually done that.
Mm-hmm.
I personally love that look, but I also think that Nike especially does so many collabs. Last episode we talked about collabs that companies just do and they have no effort into it. I did not know who this artist was, so I definitely feel they're not doing this for a hype. It feels like a genuine collaboration where they see this artist, we think you're dope, we're trying to make money selling shoes.
I think there's a little bit of hype to it. You know, I think that even if you don't know who the artist is, sometimes they do that on purpose so it adds credibility. Like, you know, if you don't know who the artist is, it feels like, oh, you should. Like, this must be really hip because I don't know
I'd rather
who the
them
artist
do that
is.
than just take a famous name though and put it on the shoe.
That's true.
Like live with that evil. But
Yeah.
I think they are beautiful, and you're right. I don't have any pair of mids in my collection, but
Yeah, they're just very, very wearable. And if you look at, you're right, because if you look at the art that Blue the Great does, I mean, these shoes kind of fall in line with that.
yeah, which is all I can ask of a collaboration. I don't
Yeah.
need to like it, but I need it to feel like it's not just lazily thrown together.
Yeah, so I think you will catch me wearing these quite a bit.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
I think so.
awesome.
Now, what I know you will catch, I promise you, you will
Well,
catch.
now we're gonna catch you wearing them. Before I wasn't sure.
You'll catch me wearing them. I've worn them a lot already, and this is an update. I told you, this is not only a pickup, but this is our blockbuster trade segment.
You didn't pick them up over in Houston recently? Where you didn't get them from there?
No, I was not in
You
Houston.
weren't in Houston.
No.
My bad.
No.
I thought maybe. Never mind. I don't gotta ruin the reveal, but go.
This is this week's blockbuster trade.
Hold it off.
Second pair, baby. Double up. Second pair. Now, again,
I'm impressed. Why no box?
because I've
you can wear them now?
worn them so much. Like, look, the bottoms are stained. Like, I've really worn them quite a bit. You know,
Coming to a red carpet near you.
yeah. Well, coming to any carpet. I mean, I'll walk through the streets like these. I'll wear to work on a regular basis. Like, look, there's a little something on it, a little schmutz on them. I don't care. These are my double up. I'll wear them every day.
I appreciate this now because I feel like I can touch them and look at them
Yes.
and not be so worried that I'm going to ruin one of your prized possessions.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
you
still with care, but
Of course. Yeah. So these are the, of course, we talked about them last month on the show.
so beautiful.
And they're amazing. The Travis Scott 6s, the Cactus Jacks. I mean, you talk about collaborations, and we might talk about this on the next episode, which will probably be like a year-end show. But, I mean, Travis Scott is in the conversation for all-time Jordan collaborations.
I think shoe collaborations in general.
Yeah, I think he's in that conversation. Like, I think for Jordan, the only real...
I don't put Jordan in that. That's an athlete. I mean, I love Michael Jordan, of course. Like
Well,
the
Jordan
next guy.
Brand.
Yeah, but I feel like
You idiot. What do you,
no, I
not
feel
the-
like Jordan Brand, but I feel like Jordan Brand doesn't market Jordan Brand shoes. They didn't market it as, hey, Michael Jordan's putting his spin on these shoes. This is Nike making a shoe for Michael Jordan. These type of collabs
No,
nowadays.
this is a collaboration between Jordan Brand and Travis Scott.
Oh, I thought you were saying Michael Jordan is looked
I don't
at
think
as
Michael
a
Jordan is sitting there
collaboration.
going like, "Hey, Travis, what do you think we should do with these?" I don't think Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan were designing these shoes, why would Tinker Hatfield's name be on the box?
That's what I'm saying, but I thought you meant Michael Jordan.
Jordan Brand.
Jordan Brand. Okay, I'll let you continue. They're still nice shoes, though.
They're great shoes, but no, I don't think Michael Jordan designed them. I
No.
think he approved them.
But I think that's why I want to give Travis Scott more credit because I know he does.
I'm giving Travis Scott the collaboration with Jordan Brand. Now, Travis Scott has, of course, now done further collaborations. He's got the new Air Forces with Nike. That's the second Air Forces that he's done. So he does have a wider Nike collaboration. I'm not trying to discredit that. But it's more like, I think at this point, the only conversation would be Off-White or Travis as far as Jordans go.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe you could talk about Fragment. You know, I mean, that was just one pair of shoes, but it is, you know, as iconic as a pair of shoes gets.
I'm going between off-right. That's a good question. Between if I could offer you, and saying resale value does not matter. If I could offer you all the Travis Scott Jordans or all the Off-White Jordans, which one are you taking?
I mean, look, I have a couple of pairs of Off-Whites, and I've made it a point to get the 1s, the 4s, and the 6s, the Travis Scott. And the Travis Scotts I wear, I mean, you know, I wear them constantly.
Yeah.
So I think it's the Travis Scott stuff. And I don't even love Travis Scott music.
You don't?
I mean, I like it.
You like it, but you're not.
I don't love it.
I got you.
You know, I don't. You know, I think I'm slightly aged out, but I mean, I just think that these shoes are so great. So you guys know, if you watched the last episode, I was able to get these at retail on the sneakers app, entered the draw, came back, you won the draw. It was, trust me.
It's your boy.
I'm as flabbergasted as you, but it is your boy. But then I had the conversation with you, Reed. I said, the real issue with this is that now, if I hadn't gotten one, if I had 0 pairs of Travis Scott 6s, maybe I could have forgotten about it. Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah.
If I have 1 pair, there's no way I can go without 2.
You can't sleep.
Right. Now I need the second pair because otherwise I just have a pair sitting in a box and I can't wear those. You saw it last time we did the show. It was in the box still. So I said I'm on a quest. And a lot of people, there are people selling them, but a lot of people, I talked to like local shoe stores so I don't have to go on StockX and, you know, pay fees. I just like talking to people about it too. You can work out deals. You can set up trades, the whole thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are sitting on their pairs. Or
because
wearing
they want
them.
to sell them or wear them.
Who knows?
I think it's wearing them.
I do too.
I think these shoes are nice enough that people like. Even Hot Dog said on the last show that he wanted to get a pair for himself. Like I think people genuinely like these.
I don't think they come in kids. Actually, they do come in kids, so it'll be okay.
That's funny. But yeah, I think that's the thing. That's why I love these collabs so much. And I'll go out on a limb to answer my own question before. I like Travis Scott's Jordans better than the Off-White Jordans.
Probably.
Like they're really nice aesthetically, and they seem like they're well made as well.
And you know these bottoms glow in the dark?
Which is great.
Yeah,
because
they
I
glow in the
always
dark.
look for my shoe. I mean, you wake up early for a radio show, you get lights are off, you don't know where to find.
I walked into my kid's room and I looked down at my shoes and I saw they glue in the dark. I got very excited.
You feel like a cool dad.
Yeah. I think I just said glue in the dark as if glue was the past tense of glow.
What a world we live in where you're the one with the light up shoes and not your kid anymore. And you
Glow in
think
the
they're
dark
cool.
shoes.
Glow in the dark.
They're not
My
light
bad.
up.
No.
Okay, they're not crazy. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
So I need you to rate the blockbuster trade. Okay?
Yeah. A lot of Gatorade ones.
I'm going to tell you this. I am finally just about cleared out of Gatorade ones.
Oh, I was joking.
Oh, I'm not. No, Gatorade ones are involved. Gatorade ones are involved. Now,
Was the person have like kind of visually impaired?
No.
Like these are Jordan 1s. These are original Chicago colorways.
No.
My man's colorblind over here.
Look, I did have to trade. I'll tell you, total 5 pairs plus cash.
Oh.
Right? Okay, so now let's talk.
Oh, that hurts.
Let's talk, okay?
I want to talk about this.
So when we came in to do the deal,
I need to write this down.
yes, you should write it down. I ended up parting with a little more than I thought I would part with, but the person that I was dealing with ended up getting a little less than he thought he was going to get. So I feel like we came to a very comfortable middle ground. I got more than I got it for less than he was trying, but he got it for more than I thought I was going to get. You know, does that make sense?
I get you, but I
Okay.
can tell the way you're telling the story already. You took a hit. Like this was a.
I'm very, very comfortable with the deal.
No, I know you are.
Okay.
But it seemed like it was a treacherous kind of trade. This was not an easy trade to get done.
So, yes, it was not an easy trade to get done. So for these, first of all, the last trade was for the Obsidian UNC ones.
Yeah.
And that, I believe that trade was 3 pairs of used Gatorades.
That's what we thought.
That was a good trade.
That's the reference. Yeah.
That was a good trade. This trade for these, no used shoes, all dead stock.
I would assume that. Yeah.
All dead
No,
stock. Okay.
Travis
I'm
Scott.
not even going to insult people by
No.
bringing in used shoes and be like, hey, what do you get me for these Pro-Keds? Like, you know what I mean? So, how many in-box, dead stock, some with receipts, with the Gatorade towel, with everything. The Gatorade ones, by the way, they put out 4 different colorways. It was the...
4 too many.
It was 4 too many. Look, I got really excited about it. They put out the aqua blue. They put out the electric lemon lime. They put out the purple grape. And then they put out... And they put out the orange, obviously. The Gatorade orange. And the thing about these was... The leather quality was actually very, very good. Like, they're really soft, like, nice, textured shoes. But there's one solid color completely. The lace, the leather, the sole, the inside.
Which would have been cool in like the mid 2000s.
Yes. All one solid color. And they come with extra laces, so you can mix and match a little bit. And they come with a Gatorade towel as well. And they put a lot of effort into the collaboration.
But out of all that, I'm actually most excited for the towel.
Yeah.
Which is not a good sign.
It's a huge strikeout. It was a huge strikeout. At the time, this was, I think in January, I want to say 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, it was a January release. And I don't think that as a collector I was as refined as I am now. That was when I was going, and I guess we go through ebbs and flows in this collecting thing, right? Like,
yeah.
There are times when you're much more disciplined and you can see something for what it is and you can think in advance. But there are other times where you just get excited and some ones are coming out and you convince yourself that I got to get them all, and if I can get them all, I should get them all.
Well, I also look at it as the current emotional state you are in as a whole. Like,
Yeah,
if
manic.
I'm going through a hard time, or
Yeah.
I might get an extra pair of shoes.
That's
It's 'cause,
true.
You know, Reed needs that right now.
That's true.
But-
Maybe I didn't get the pair at Christmas that I really wanted, so I'm gonna make up for it. Right. I'm gonna invest by getting all the Gatorades now, because in 2 years everybody's gonna be like, oh, I don't have those Gatorades.
But that's why I don't blame you, because us as sneakerheads, we all have pairs of shoes that we look at and we go, like, I definitely bought that for another reason than having those shoes.
Yes, and that's why I needed to get them out of my life.
Because get rid of that negative energy.
So what happened with the Gatorade release is that they put out the purple, the blue, and the orange, like in all the shoe stores and everything, all the chain stores, and then the lemon lime, yellow, green ones were really only available on the Sneakers app, I believe. So I had my wife on her Sneakers app. I was literally, I'll never forget.
That's awesome.
I was literally on the Sneakers app outside of a Foot Locker, going like, I got to be on top of this. So I clicked buy on the lemon limes. I was like, oh, I got to get them. Then I went into the Foot Locker and I got there at 10 o'clock, no reservations, first come, first serve.
Oh, surprise.
I was the first come, so I was the first served. And I go, what do you have left in the Gatorades? And he's like, we got all three. I was like, do you have them in a 10.5? And he was like, yeah.
Women's or men's?
Yes, we have 10.5. Yeah, whatever you want. And I was like, okay, you better. I was like, should I just get the blues? You better give me all of them. And I was like, oh, they're available. So you know what I did? I went to another sneaker store.
Doubled up?
All four.
I love that.
Doubled up. All of them. 8 pairs of Gatorades. So I was able to, and I took out to wear them because I'm going to rock these everywhere.
You almost have a whole week's worth of new shoes.
When did you ever see me wear Gatorades?
No, I never.
Never.
Not you or anyone else
No,
or anything.
no. So I have my 4. I wore every pair, I think, at least once, I think.
You have to wear it once.
Right.
If you don't wear it at least once, then you already are admitting to yourself you made a mistake.
And then the other 4 I kept dead stock. So I traded the first 3 used. I traded 3 used ones before in the last big trade, blockbuster trade. I've decided to keep 1 pair of Gatorades worn, just to remind myself. Just to sit there. I have my lemon limes. Maybe I'll put them on the desk for the next show. I have my lemon limes. I will wear them sometimes now too, because we need to have these reminders in our collection to don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like scars on your hands where like maybe you were playing with a knife right there. Now I know it, or a burn mark here.
Yes.
I got you.
You have to appreciate the scars.
That's a scar.
So
Lemon limes.
I packed up the trunk of the car and I said it's time to make a blockbuster trade.
Roll up the sleeves.
Oh, rolled up the
Put
sleeves.
the driving gloves on to make sure the...
How many dead stock Gatorades do you think I parted with to get these 6?
Not enough.
I'll tell you this.
Wait, are you saying all 5 of the shoes were Gatorade shoes or no?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I would
No, of
say,
course not.
let me go.
I only have 4 dead stock
I'm going to
Gatorades.
say 2 because I think the other person would not have accepted more than 2. Like if you go 3, that's a majority of the shoes being Gatorades, and then I look at you funny.
I went in and I went like this. As if it was more valuable this way. How much do you think you could give me for the whole set of Gatorades?
The whole set? I got
We're
you.
talking 4 Gatorades. And I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe if I have the whole set, the whole pack, you could then sell them to somebody else as a pack, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, man. And these shoes were even more expensive. They weren't $160 when they came out. They were $175.
So you had to get in your salesman bag? You went to the salesman of
whole thing. And I'm like going on StockX has destroyed everything for everybody. because like literally as we were doing this deal, I'm on StockX, he's on StockX. Like
We all have the
look,
answers.
it's made it transparent, which is a good thing, I guess. But it's made it so you really can't work out a deal, and especially because the guys that I deal with, I actually know, like they're buddies. So he's like, look, I can pay this for this shoe, but you have to understand, I can't sell it. The most I could possibly sell it for is this. I have to make a profit. Like it's very transparent.
I can just picture you being like, I don't care.
No, I'm like, okay, no, you're right. Like,
but so you try to pitch it to him like these Gatorades are gonna be. Have you ever heard of Skittles gum? Have you seen Skittles gum? You could pitch them to him like the Gatorades or Skittles, like packs of Skittles gum. If you guys go online, they sell for like $200 now because of that. Like, but at the time, like it's just Skittles that turn into gum. Like no one likes it. But my friend showed me that. That's the pitch I think you would have to go with those Gatorades.
Dude, they made so many pairs. They made so many pairs of Gatorades. It's not an issue. It's not.
I'm trying to maybe bring a perspective that.
So it was all 4 pairs of Gatorades.
No wonder the cash was involved.
You're like, look, it's 4 pairs, but is it?
If anything, you're paying him to take them off your hands.
I mean, look, it is really nice to have that empty shelf space. And then I had a collaboration that I don't think went very well. I mean, it was fine, but I think it was because it wasn't unique enough. It wasn't cool enough. I brought in a pair that I had, and it's been in the box, and I only had 1 pair, and I never took it out of the box. I never wore it. I kind of just got it because I had the opportunity to get it for retail. But I didn't even particularly like them. It was the OVO 11s.
Oh.
In white.
Oh, well, that is not what I expected. You don't like those? I mean, as a Drake stan, you kind of just threw Drake.
Oh, no, maybe it wasn't the 11s. No, it wasn't.
10s,
it was,
probably. The 10s.
No, it wasn't the 10s.
Anyways, an OVO shoe that, I mean, Drake, I will say I love Drake. Drake does not have the best shoes. Like, he doesn't really feel like, I don't feel like they put any thought into those, but still,
yeah,
an OVO shoe is still worth money to anyone.
I mean, what were they? Were they
the 10s?
No, were they the 14s? I don't even know what they were at this point.
Wish I was like, what a luxury.
I mean, they've just been sitting on my shelf forever. I'm trying to
Did
figure
you double
out.
up on them so you still have a
No,
pair?
I didn't double
you
up.
Didn't.
No, that's how I knew I didn't even like them.
I got you.
There they are. The 8s.
The 8s.
The worst of the OVO collaboration.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I saw Hot Dog on the way up there. He was looking at some 8s. He liked them.
The 8s are cool. I like the 8s, like the OG 8s that are black and have like different like kind of carpeting on the tongue and everything. Like no, 8s are not a bad shoe. They're not the best, but they're not a bad shoe. But the all white OVO 8s,
dead stock.
They're dead stock, but they really did nothing. Like nobody's interested.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think with the OVO label, I was surprised. Like, I mean, as a Drake stan, I like to hold on to everything that's OVO.
Yeah, well, I was fine getting rid of it.
I can see.
So I did the 4 pairs of Jordans. I mean, 4 pairs of Gatorade 1s.
OVO 8.
And the OVO 8s.
And $500.
You think that's how much it was? He's like, look, I can give you $89 for all these shoes.
He's like,
I had
Canadian.
I had to throw in $100. It was the Jordan 1 full pack.
Mind you, these resell at this point for what, $700?
Right around $7. The full pack of Gatorade 1s.
Honestly, you just made out like a bandit.
You think so?
Oh my god! Now I'm thinking about, because think about it. If you guys all do the math, $100. The OVO 8s, I don't know at all what their price would be. I'd say $250. Let's be generous. $250.
If
right?
you're being generous, I think. Yeah.
$250. That's still we're at the point $350.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that you somehow took 4 pairs of Gatorade trash ass 1s and sold them for $400 or whatever? Like think about that. That is I'd give you a standing ovation.
Blockbuster trade, baby.
That is crazy, actually. When you break that down, I was about to clown, but no, you break that down. You somehow found a way to get a pair of Travis Scott shoes and get rid of. Oh my god, I can't believe that. It's like you literally resold the shoes for the same price you bought them for.
Yeah, I'll never regret. I don't think doing the deal.
Never. That is a badge of honor.
But I mean, those Gatorades. I'm sure that the guy I gave them to is gonna find some like mom who wants to buy Jordans for her kid that isn't gonna know what to buy, and he'll be able to sell them to her. He'll make his money back for sure, if not more. Yeah, funny. I mean, and the only way I went up, I was really, really, really trying to do it, and maybe this is my ego. I was trying to do it for the 4 Jordan 1s and the OVOs and straight up trade. That's why I spending the extra $100.
Oh, I definitely know what you. But if you look at it from my perspective, man, you just somehow in a way basically were able to resell the Jordan 1s
Yeah.
Gatorades.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Oh,
now
wow.
we got these, and I will wear them proudly. And it's again another blockbuster trade that I'm very, very happy
Yeah.
with.
No, one day Jordan Brand get the Not Sam Jordan collab going soon. We'll
Yeah.
get that going.
I think I'm so good at making these trades. I think that
I think if you got a chance to talk to the higher ups, you could even convince them to do that then too.
yeah.
If you can convince a guy to buy,
What if I
rebuy
give you
Jordan 1.
what if I give you 6 of these Gatorade 1s? Then can I do a collaboration? Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to find a new trading strategy
I didn't want to have to do this, but
because I'm fresh out of Gatorade 1s now. I got the one pair that I'm gonna keep in the collection just as a reminder.
go buy some more.
You think so?
Try
Now's
to
the
flip
time.
them?
Now's the time to invest. No, these are mainly to flip. All right, and we'll talk about like new releases. As we're recording this, we're just removed from the release of the Travis Scott Air Force One. I did not get lucky on that one. I'm okay with it. You know,
Really, I think they are beautiful.
they're
shoes.
incredible.
I love them.
But based on the luck that I've had recently, I really am in no position to be
I would've
upset
thought
about not getting
the ball would
something.
have kept rolling.
I would have too. Also, I wanted to give an update. I have not gotten one pair, and am not pursuing the Shatter Backboard version 3s.
We talked about these, and
And
I've
you
seen them a
said-
lot out in the streets.
You said I would definitely be getting them, regardless of what I was saying, and I'm telling you,
Are you honest? Because I will admit I'm wrong, but I need you. I don't want to look
I'm
like a
being
fool.
100% honest. I would tell you.
Because I feel like you could say that I see you roll up in a week or two. With
Look,
them
I'm
on.
not saying. I'm saying as of right now, as of today. Who knows what'll
See?
happen? I do crazy things, but I even had a pair in hand. I was touching them to look at them and blah blah blah.
But you were blinded by the light. They were kind of like the UNC to Chicago's.
No, the problem is that they're the crinkle look on them.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No, it's funny. The one thing you talked about, the negative of patent leather being, they're like, oh, let's
crease them up
emphasize that.
in advance. Yeah. So for the record, no Shatter Backboard version 3 for me. Still, I'll give you another update next show.
Yeah.
I mean, the show will come where it's like, you got any pickups, Sam? I'm like, these are the version 3 Shatter Backboards. I won't even
I'm just
tell
gonna
you.
walk off the set.
If
I'm
I
just
do
gonna
get them,
up.
I won't post them on Instagram. I won't tell you. I'm just gonna have them right here, just so I can spring them on you one day. But as of today,
I will say the one thing I do like about those, and I've seen them in hand more now, too. I did not ever think I was even going to buy them, but I saw them. I do kind of like the more yellowish tinge of the bottom part of the shoe. The
yeah,
the outer sole.
yeah. It is nice.
It is nice,
It's,
but
it's the same way on the Nigels.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. But and it looks like it's a little bigger than other shoes. Maybe that's just how I look at it. I just hate the crinkled up look.
Yeah.
They decided to go with that.
Also, speaking of collaborations, apparently next year Jordan is going to be collaborating with Dior. Did you
didn't
hear about
believe it.
that?
Yeah, I heard about that, but I didn't believe it.
I've seen all the mock-ups. I mean, obviously they're mock-ups, so.
But
you
do
know,
you really believe that? I feel like that. I want to see it if they do it.
I want to see it. I probably won't.
You won't
get it. I mean, look.
yeah, this
Maybe
is
I should-
recorded. This is
maybe-
recorded.
Maybe I should
Sam.
buy some Gatorades now and see if I could get it.
Yeah, stock up.
up. Trade these 6 Gatorades for those Dior's.
Yeah. Oh, hear me. I have 15 pairs of shoes. That's just one. You have one for the next
Yeah.
entire 2 weeks for
Yeah.
that one pair of shoes.
They're all fire too. They're such hot fire. But let's talk about what's coming out soon. I know you got
We have a new segment.
you want to do the new segment with me because here's the thing. Reed thinks, and there is evidence to back up his claim, that especially when it comes to Jordans and Yeezys, although, oh my God, like I may fall into the Air Force Ones too. I have one pair of Air Force Ones. It's the Rockefeller ones, the white with the Rockefeller logo. But they put out, did you see, they look like What Does, but I don't think they're actually categorized as What Does. They're the New York
Yeah, I saw those.
Air Force Ones where they're all different patches. So when I'm in one of these sneaker stores and I'm just talking about what's coming out, it's actually the store that I'm trying to do my size swap with. And we were just talking, he was like, he loves them and he keeps trying to push them on me.
I wonder why.
And like I see him and I'm like, and he's like they run kind of big. He's like, just put on these 10s. And so I put it on and like I walked over to their foot mirror and I was like, oh no. They look amazing.
You like them on
They
foot?
look amazing. They have different color. Each shoe has different color laces, and the stitching in the sole there, the stitching here
Yeah.
matches the lacing on each shoe. Like they're like New York, so they say New York on them. There's pinstripes on one. One has
And
a field patch.
You live in New York.
I live in New York.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's like basketball, football, and everything represented. They're really, really, really nice.
But yet you don't have a pair? I didn't see them at the beginning of the show.
I don't have a pair.
That's weird. Why? You seem like you're really advocating for them.
No, because I'm just coming to this conclusion that I may end up.
No, yeah.
I may end up with them.
That's what I was setting you up to say.
I may end up with them.
I mean, they're not an ugly shoe. I don't love them, and Air Force Ones definitely need to be made by Travis Scott for me to fall in love with them, I feel like.
Sure, hype beast.
Good portion. Yeah, no, that is true. But yeah, I also.
But here's why it's dangerous for me to get into Air Force Ones, because if I feel like if I buy those now,
you need to buy a new house to.
Well, yeah, that's
storage.
part of it. But I'll also be like, well, if I got these New York Air Force Ones, I really should have those Cactus Jacks. And then,
I've been saying you needed those for a while.
And
I love those.
I love them too, but I don't have a big Air Force One collection, so I feel like it's okay to skip them. But if I start to do that, then I'm going to need them, and it's going to be a whole thing.
I got you.
It's going to be a whole thing.
I think you made the right decision, but I am a sucker. I made fun of you for them being in New York, but I am a sucker for those type of regional releases. And it's happening a lot more and more nowadays. Whether it's Kanye did that, I mean, everyone loves doing that nowadays because
the LA to Chicago's were a big Jordan 1 release.
Well, because that's the only way you can really make things limited nowadays, because the internet allows us access to everything, right? So like you have to, as a company, like, okay, we're only going to release these online in certain areas.
Plus, you pick cool cities that like everybody wants to rep. Like everybody reps Chicago, everybody reps LA, everybody reps New York, everybody reps Paris. Like, you know what I mean?
When you live in the suburbs outside, people like it's always a joke about with a lot of people. Like,
you could be in Texas with a pair of New York shoes on.
Yeah,
it's like that's cool.
That's cool. No, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking at those. I'm really, really looking at those.
So we're gonna put those on the watch radar.
Yeah, I'll put those on the watch. Coming up, and I don't. Do you have the Bretta 11s on your list?
I do have the Bretta 11s.
All right, so I won't go any further. All right, so let's go through what's your set, because here's the thing.
What was the thing you were gonna tell me?
That Reed feels like I have a very difficult time not copying, like not just.
Well, this was the essence behind the new segment, Cop and Drop. Music plays now. That I think
you can add music.
I don't know. I thought maybe. But what I'm saying is, you really have a hard time making decisions, like hard decisions in terms of.
Well, no, I have a real easy time making decisions as long as they're yes.
But so I wanted to do a segment where we could talk about shoes that are upcoming, but that you would be forced to be like, you have to choose between one of them. So Cop and Drop is basically.
Now, do I actually have to choose between one of them, or just for the sake of conversation?
I mean, just for the sake of conversation.
Because it'll be even funnier when I'm like, no, I choose that over this, and then next show I'm like, here are these two pairs.
Actually, that would make it even funnier.
Yeah,
but this is all hypothetical. But basically, I'm going to give you two shoes that are coming out soon or just released, and you can tell me out of those two which ones you're going to cop and which ones you're going to drop.
Okay, all right, let's go.
So the first pair that are coming out, let's do the.
You didn't think about this much, did you?
No, I was trying to think about
for
a good
one segment.
All right, so we'll do the off-white. The off-white dunks are coming out soon, and then I'm gonna put you against those because I know you like off-white. You're not an off-white head.
No, but the off-white dunks, they look cool. I love dunks. I don't have a big dunk collection, but I do like dunks. It was my first pair of like Nike, cool dude shoes.
Yeah. Well, dunks are also come from the era like you talked about, early 2000s,
skater culture.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like dunks, and I like that. I do like that, weird hiking boot lace that Off-White added to the top of it.
And they're retailing for $170. So if you can get your hand, I mean, obviously they're gonna resell for a crazy amount, but
retailing for one, because everybody's just buying Off-White shoes retail, right?
Well, what I'm saying is, the way you
I did
like
get
to
a
get
pair.
them.
I did get a pair of Off-White ones retail.
So it's between those and the new Yeezy. Well, I thought they were the V3 350s, but the Alien 380s.
Oh, that's easy. The Off-White dunks.
Really?
I'm not at all.
Why don't you like those aliens? I love those aliens.
Right now, and this could change, because honestly, I wasn't interested in the 350s when they first came out.
Really?
But now I'm interested in them, so it could change. I'm not saying this is a forever thing.
Yeah.
I'm wishy-washy on it. I could just see either the right color comes out, or the right person wears it with the right outfit, or I just see it one day and it strikes my eye. Whatever it is, things change. But as of today, I am not interested in the 380 aliens at all.
Really? Why not?
I think that they look dumb. I don't think that they look cool. I don't think that there's any reason to wear those instead of the 350s.
But the 380s.
I know. I think the 350s look nicer.
Yeah, I guess. So I love the looks of them. I think they look. I just love the silhouette change. I always hate that. I think a lot of new shoes come out that are just either new colorways or whatever. I like what Kanye does in terms of like just completely new silhouettes. Though I do get it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it is kind of a broken down version of the 350.
And also, I'm not in love with Yeezy right now because they keep releasing the same 350s over and over again. I've just destroyed that market. Now they're putting out, for some reason, they're putting out the 700s in every ugly colorway they can think of. When it's like, I love that shoe. Like, the Wave Runner's amazing. But
yeah, they released Yeezy Mafia released a new 700 coming out today.
I saw.
I will say it looks kind of cool, but what I've noticed, and maybe I'm late to the train, is that what Yeezy does a lot is they're just they're starting to chop up certain segments of different shoes and then just putting them together. So that new shoe that comes out, and obviously the graphics right there, the bottom of it looks like the Inertias, and then they just put the top of the Hospital Blues that you didn't like on the top.
And it doesn't feel like there's any, like, culture around it. Like, it doesn't feel like... It doesn't even feel like people have like a checklist to it. It doesn't feel like, oh, these are those. Like, I mean, I love the magnets, for example, that came out, but nobody even talks about them as if they're part of this collection. So yeah, I mean, I think that's an easy one for me.
I was surprised with that.
Off-white dunks.
I thought I'd trap you with that.
No,
All right, off-white
off-white
dunks.
dunks.
Orange and green. Which orange or green? If you had to choose one.
Do you have pictures of them? I think green.
I've
Green has
I've
a
learned
white.
that next time I do this segment too, I'm gonna be more organized with my photos because bunches of pieces of paper are not good. But the green,
has like a white trim to it, right?
yeah, the green. I think it looks nicer. Here it is.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I'll go green instead of
you
the
love
alien
the color green too.
380s. Yeah, green's a good color. Yeah, definitely.
these.
Yeah, definitely the greens. Definitely the greens. Even
All
though
right.
the orange and the blue is Syracuse colors.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But there's some orange in the green too.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I'm gonna go green.
All right, so the next shoes we have coming up, I know you're a Jordan head, so we'll go over to the Jordan 4s. Have two different ones releasing. The first one's the rumored Jordan 4 Black Cats coming out February 22nd, 2020.
That's black on black on black on
black
black.
on
right?
black on black.
Yeah.
And there's no official photos released of them, but they came out in 2006 already, so they're
It's
kind
like
of,
take your Photoshop drop tool and just make it black and just paint it all black. Yeah.
Which I'm a big fan of. Gotta say,
Uh-huh.
I love all black shoes. And then there's also the Jordan 4 Winters coming out. I don't have their actual release date, or maybe I do on
The
them.
winterized, they kind of
Winterized
look a
and
lot like the
Eminem Encore is what a lot of people are saying.
yes.
And their
That's-
price is heftier. Apparently, they're made of. They're being marketed as the winter shoe. They're blue
meaning
and
the
red.
snow's not gonna screw them up.
Yeah, I guess like certain material. They're actually more money because of these new materials.
What's the price?
I think it's like what is it? $280? Is it?
Wow, that's expensive actually.
I gotta look at it. Don't mark my words on that. But I think it's unique and it looks just like the new, like the really sought after Eminem 4 Encores.
Yeah, I'm definitely would out of those two go with the winterized.
Really?
I like black, but I already have the bread 4s, which
Yeah.
are right here, which are mostly black. I have here's my thing. I got the black Levi 4s, and I loved them looking
Yeah,
at
you
them.
really love the Levi jean.
Yeah, but then I
4s.
put them on my feet, and
And
they
you
don't
realize
look
they're
good
made of
with
jeans?
anything.
No, I know. Yeah, that's why I always thought from a distance I thought that was rough.
They look terrible. So I think that I find that with most shoes for me that are all black and a little bulky, I don't know it. I don't have the black Yeezy 350, so I don't know if I'd feel the same way about that. But a lot of these shoes, because I wear jeans a lot, and for some reason, like a lot of these shoes that are all black, it just don't work for
You don't
me.
think they work with jeans?
They don't look that good.
They stay clean for a long time. All right. Well, the next one is the Yeezy Yashiel. We talked about that.
Yeah,
in the earlier show.
that's
It's kind of
over
like the
here,
patchwork ones.
I like that one. That's the one that's a couple of different colors. There's some red in there and some pink. Yeah.
And so I putting them up against a shoe that has a couple different colors too. The new off-white, not new, but the off-white waffle racers. I think
Yeah.
they're a woman's exclusive, but you know,
You get
that
them
never
bigger.
stopped us.
No.
So out of those two shoes, the Yashiel or the off-white, they're both kind of out there looking material-wise, very like outdoorsy kind of look. What do you think you're going with?
Probably the Shield 350s.
Continuing to surprise me.
Yeah.
I go off-white ones. I like those
No.
off-white. I mean, I don't think they have them in my size, but
I don't love them. I think that they're a little too stylized for me. Like they really look like you're trying to get that attention. You know what I mean?
yeah, but the Yashiels are. I mean,
No, I would think that the off-whites stick out way more than the Shields
is
do.
it the tag?
I mean, it's also the fact that they're cleats.
Yeah.
Where the hell am I going to wear cleats?
Well, they're
I
just
don't
like
play
little
soccer.
plastic nubs. They wear away, right? I've actually never worn them. But
That's what I mean. Like
I got you.
and
Okay. I mean, as a Yeezy fan, I'm not gonna ever go against a man who
Yeah.
says the Yeezy ones.
yeah,
but-
I would get the E-Shields between those two.
All right. And then next one is speaking of the Bread 11s, and
Yeah.
fine. All right, so I'm putting them up against a shoe that doesn't have a concrete release date, but I told you before the show, these shoes I'm putting the Bread 11s up against are my shoes of the year for 2020 if they come out
For
so far.
2020, that's a bold statement. You don't even know what's coming out in 2020.
Well, it's also an easy statement to make if I don't know what's coming out.
yeah, this
right?
is the shoe in 2020. This is also coming out
Well,
in
I've
2020.
also seen the
okay,
shoe
this
for
is
a
the
while.
new shoe of 2020.
So we're putting up the Bread 11s verse, and if you guys have seen the video of Kanye giving a pair of shoes to DJ Khaled as they both walked to their respective private jets, as famous people do, they're rumored to be the 700 V3s. I think they are completely beautiful. I think they have this awesome bone-like exoskeleton look to them with a futuristic vibe. I love the 700 silhouette in general. I'm putting them up against a classic Jordan shoe, the Bread 11s. Which
Yeah.
way are you going?
Well, you know I like the 700 V1.
Yes.
I don't like the V2.
Which is why I think I was going to get a twofer in this one. I want to get your opinion on this new silhouette and how much you actually like it.
So I think it's interesting. I think that the exoskeleton of the V3 looks almost exactly like the croc that Yeezy made that he said is made out of algae, right?
For $70?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, by the way?
I mean, I don't wear Crocs, so
No, yeah.
I don't care. It could
Yeah, me
be
neither.
100 and it could be $7,000. I'm not. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Although if it was $7,000, it'd probably be like, oh no, I gotta have that.
You got to
yeah.
have it.
yeah.
I still think $70 you might sneak it in there.
I think. I mean, if I come across it, I guess it'd be like, I guess $70. I'll just flex a little bit.
Yeah, no.
But no, I am really looking forward to the Jordan 11 bread. It is an absolute must-have, and I'll tell you why specifically for me, because the Jordan 11 is a shoe that when I was in like middle school, I think, was cool. Like I remember that shoe, the Jordan 11.
But
I
usually
never.
it's the Concorde. But besides the Concorde, the Bread's the most iconic.
That's what I mean,
colorway,
and I
think.
have the Concorde. I have
Of course.
2 pairs of the Concorde, and I'm actually, as I'm excited about the breads coming out, I'm thinking I need to get a 3rd pair of those Concords, just because it's so essential. I think there are a few shoes that are essential to a Jordan collection. I mean, the Chicago ones are like the iconic shoe, but I think it's tough to say that that's essential because they're so hard to get.
I think it's still essential.
I do too.
Because hard to get's all relative to who we're talking about.
I
If
guess
you want to
that's
get in
true.
the shoe game, top 5 Jordan shoes. I mean,
And they're coming out again next year.
yeah. I think
But I think
I'm
you
with
need.
you on that.
I think you need the Jordan 1. You need the Chicago. You kind of also need the bread, but we'll just do one. Well, yeah, you know what?
This became a lot more difficult of a discussion than we thought it was going to be.
Jordan 1, you need Chicago and you need bread. You need the Black Cement 3. You need the bread 4.
Concorde 11.
Concorde 11 for sure.
Bread 4?
Yeah, definitely.
Top
bread
5
4.
Bread 4?
You definitely need the bread 4. And
Jordan 32. No.
and I think you also need the bread 11. 100%. It's absolutely.
Top 5 Jordan releasing.
Bread 11 is absolutely essential to any collection. I think they're making enough that, like they did with the Concords, where if you really want them, you can get a pair.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to try for at least 3 because, I'm going to want that many. They're just so essential. I think the Yeezy Boost 700 version 3, Yeezy's putting out so many different shoes that I have trouble. I think the Wave Runner's iconic. I think the Beluga 350 is iconic.
How do you feel about these new Jordan 4s coming out?
I love them.
You love them? Yeah, because I noticed them. I think I had them written down, but I actually forgot to put them up against another shoe. But
I'm
I wanna know
actually-
what you think about them.
The What Does are coming out this coming Saturday, and I'm putting my plans together because this coming Saturday I'll be in Chicago, but I'll be working. I'll be doing WWE stuff. I'll be doing.
Put it on your rider. I need
Yeah,
a pair
right,
of Jordan 4s.
right. And
That's
so, like, I don't think they'll be that tough to get because some people don't like them, but at least I hope they won't be that tough to get. And I'll be trying on my app and doing this and doing that, but I've already talked to my wife about trying some stuff back home. I think, over this weekend and over the week, I'm going to have to talk to some shoe stores about whether or not they can get them for me and hold on to them for me. Like plans, maybe I'll try to reserve them at Foot Lockers in Chicago.
Really?
Because plans are going to have to be made because I definitely like them.
That makes me really happy.
They're a white pair of 4s,
Well, the thing
which I like a lot because, like I said, the They've got the elephant skin on them. The backs are amazing. The blue and I think the black is the other one. The tongues being different. I really, really, really like them. And when I look at what the rest of 2019 looks like, my essential is the What the 4s and the Bread 11s. Those are the two pairs that I need to double up on.
That makes me happy.
Before the end
I was
of the
afraid
year.
you might not like them.
No, I
the
really
Jordan
like
4
them.
as a shoe as a whole, which is why I'm surprised you said the Bread 4s. To a lot of people, Jordan 4s are controversial in terms of some people don't like them at all.
I really like
Other
4s.
people, I like 4s a lot too, and I think like you talked about, I always love the story behind the shoe construction. Again, they're not just throwing a what the colorway. What I learned about these, at least, is that they're meant to pay homage to 4 of the original designs Tinker did for the 4s: the black cement, the white cement, the military blue, and the fire red.
Right.
So they didn't just throw different colors. They're like, oh, let's take these 4 iconic shoes and put it together.
It's less of to me. I feel like it's a little. It is a what the for sure, just because there's so many different colors splashed on it. But you could also put it in the same category as like a top 3, like the Jordan 1 top 3. It was kind of what the E in the sense that 2 different colors, but I mean, two different shoes had different colors, but you could see that it was clearly, the Chicago's, the Breads,
because you can
and
really
the
mess with those type of
Royals.
collabs.
Yeah, and so I think they did a really nice job on them. I love that it's paying homage to the 4 essential colorways of the 4s, and I think that they're great. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to them. It looks like they're a good material. I haven't had them in hand yet. But yeah, I think they're underrated. I think 4s in general are underrated.
Yeah, that makes me happy that you said that, because I was really into that, but I didn't want to be alone on that.
I mean, there's some ugly 4s. Like, I hate the Raptor. I have the Raptor 4s, not the Drake versions, the originals. But that's what I mean. Like, for some reason, black 4s look bad on my feet. I don't like the way the Bread 4s look on my feet. I don't like the way the Raptor 4s look on my feet. I don't like the way the black...
That's interesting. You look at them as an iconic shoe, but you don't actually like it.
I don't like the way they look on my feet.
I got you.
I still think that
That's a true sneakerhead right there, guys.
Yeah, I mean, they're essential to the collection because of the story, because of, what they are. But... yeah, and the Levi 4s are the same way. They don't look great on my feet. I wish they did. I would wear Bread 4s all the time if they looked better on my feet. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. All right, the next pair, we're almost done with this. I'm not gonna tire you out with them. We talked about universal releases in terms of being city specific and stuff like that. And I kind of actually, you mentioned the Jordan Dior shoes, so I was going to get I wanted to talk what you think about high fashion sneakers. So. Yeah, well, that's the discussion, right? So Kyrie, I'm going to find this photo somewhere of these shoes. But basically, Kyrie, there they are, right under it. Kyrie is releasing a new Kyrie 6, which I don't know if we've talked about that, but it looks a lot like the Air Yeezy, too, basically.
Yes.
He's doing about 11 or 12 different shoes, like city exclusives again, Shanghai, Tokyo, New York, stuff like that. Louis Vuitton is coming out with has his own sneakers, of course, the high-end sneakers, doing the same thing.
Designed by...
What's his name again?
Virgil,
of course. With the different colored laces are the only difference between the shoe. Now, I'm not saying, of course, neither of these shoes are what you're running to.
Which is smart, by the way, because people will lose their minds trying to get the different color laces.
Yeah, no, not like they're available online for $1.
You just get laces. Yeah, no.
Don't tell them
you
that.
Can't do that.
So out of these two shoes that I know you probably will not buy these. If you were forced to have to pick up one of the Kyrie shoes from the city exclusive, or you're going to go high-end fashion sneaker, which one are you going with? Which one are you copying, and which one are you dropping?
I'm copying the Kyries. Just because I think I like...
You're going to leave Virgil hanging like that?
Yeah, I like sneaker culture more than I like high fashion culture. I'm not really interested in high fashion. I'm not excited for Fashion Week. I don't want to go to a red carpet. I mean, a runway show. Like, if I was sitting there on a runway show watching people walk down the aisle, I'd be like, I would like to go home. This isn't interesting to me. When Kanye starts going like, oh, they won't let me in the fashion industry, I'm like, who cares? It's boring.
Let's go hang out at my house.
Exactly. I'm like, Kanye, remember you hung out with Dave Chappelle? That's cool. You know what I mean? Like,
that's funny.
I like streetwear. I'm interested in that. Like, I like talking about it. I like streetwear. I like sneaker culture. I like skate culture. I like hip-hop culture. I like all that stuff. And while that does get infused into high fashion...
Not authentically.
It's not authentically, and it's more of looking at it through a high fashion lens, and I don't like that lens. It's an annoying lens.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. This is what I want. I was curious to kind of dive into your mind about things. We haven't talked about high fashion sneakers.
I mean, and I like that Virgil is at Louis Vuitton trying to inject sneaker culture into Louis, because I definitely think that Off-White, while it does kind of start to clearly want to be high fashion, it's also got a pretty strong foot in streetwear.
Yeah.
And clearly, you know, the Off-White Nike collab is like clear, especially for me, like the 10. I don't know so much with all like the newer stuff. It's interesting and I like it. I like the laces on the dunks and everything. But that does start to drift a little bit more into high fashion to me. I think that the 10, the way it was deconstructed and everything, represented more Off-White and certainly more sneaker culture, I think, than what's going on now with Louis and all that.
And you don't have a problem with the Kyrie. What do you think about the Kyrie biting? I mean, they didn't say this officially, but I think it's very clear to any sneaker enthusiast that he's basically taking the Air Yeezy 2.
I mean, like it's
remixing it.
I think all of it's annoying. I thought it was annoying. I love the Rookie of the Year ones.
Yeah. No, you've mentioned them a couple of times.
But
yeah.
I thought it was annoying that Nike was clearly taking what Virgil did with the flaps.
Yeah.
And using them on their own designs without it being a Virgil design. Like, you know, but I think that's just part of the game. And
any industry, you talk about tech industry,
Yeah.
they're always about like, oh, that works, let's do our version of that.
But there are people that want to wear sneakers that they lace low and that the flaps flap on, and they want that look. And maybe they can't get the Off-Whites because they don't have $1,300 to spend on sneakers. So get the Rookie of the Years. You know, with these people like the look of the Nike Yeezys, and you can't get them because they're too expensive. So
Skechers says, come and look at our shoes.
get some Skechers. It's the S. It's the S.
All right, well, that is all the shoes I have for you today on our first, maybe
that's-
last edition of Cop and Drop.
No, I liked it.
But
I liked it.
I'll be
That's-
more organized next time for sure. But I think there's a lot of interesting shoes coming out, although we are winding down. Really quick question. Do you think this year's shoes is going to be better or worse than next year? Like, do you have a lot of confidence in 2020 going forward in sneaker culture?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah. If anything, I think
Travis Scott has had a year.
I think 2018 was a dip because Nike just went absolutely crazy with releases.
Yeah. Kanye got him upset.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, shit.
And then they
really
messed
gonna
up.
be like,
Yeah. So I think 2018 was a dip. I think 2019 was a rebuild. And I think with Nike being a little more strategic, I don't know if Yeezy brand is going to remain.
Oh, I'm completely opposite. I think Yeezy brand is here to stay.
Okay, we'll see. We could talk about it next time too, because it'll be more the year-end show. But I don't know if Yeezy brand is going to have the year next year that it had this year. You know, I think that if anything, it's losing clout, not gaining it. But I think sneaker culture as a whole will continue, and I think honestly, spots like StockX are making the industry better because you're adding more excitement to it. There's way more resellers than ever. There's you know, way more people can get their hands on sneakers that you can't find in stores because if you've got the money for them, you can get them.
Well,
now.
people are more comfortable buying shoes. Like Hot Dog goes and buys a pair of shoes. Like one of our biggest fears as
Hot Dog never buys shoes.
Well, hypothetically,
That's a bad example.
Okay.
Hot Dog doesn't have no sneakers.
He has a lot of nice cameras,
Broke
though.
ass hot dog. Yeah.
She showed me a pair of like some like light on his camera that helped him like take better flash. $500. I'm like, oh, that's two pairs of that's a nice pair of Chicago ones right there. Something like that.
If only he was taking photos of stuff I was doing and not birthday parties, it would be awesome.
I commend Hot Dog. He's a loyal friend.
I like that.
Hmm?
So that's a burn.
Yeah, that's a burn. Well, all right. Look, we're gonna wrap up. Shout outs, by the way, to everybody that's buying high tops and cutting them into low tops. Have you seen that everybody's doing that now? They're getting all.
That's how you know your shoe's trash when you buy it. You're like, you know what would make it better if it didn't look like this.
Dude, everybody's doing it now. I think and you know why people are doing it? Because those UNC lows were so cool.
I guess so. Chris Paul cut up, I know, a pair of the shattered backboards.
Yep, he did that.
Threes. Well, not ones, but like the third one.
Yeah, and shout outs to everybody that got their shoes all muddy at Astro World.
I can't believe
Just
that.
pictures everywhere.
Can't believe that. I wish I had that type of flex. That is a flex, though.
It is, but they're all like kids, so you know.
Yeah, no, I used to see parents at home like,
What?
what?
And they're not getting another pair now. It's like it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, no,
it's
I know.
kind of a bummer.
It's actually a really big bummer.
Yeah, but it also is cool to wear muddy Travis Scotts and like super expensive
For the
Yeezys
day,
and
like,
stuff
oh,
like
no,
that.
while they're at the concert, like, yo, we don't care.
But you bring them back to school
dirty.
and everybody's like,
Astro World.
okay, you got your shoes all messed up. Like those aren't cool.
Could have wore some Skechers to that. Had just as much fun.
Well, Reed, you can follow Reed on Graham by Reed, right?
At the Graham by Reed. Also, if you guys are NBA comedy fans, I do an NBA comedy show on YouTube called Rim Check.
Make sure rim job. Is that what you said?
Hopefully not. But
Oh,
no,
okay.
rim check.
Okay.
If you guys want to check that out as well, but yes.
Make sure you hit subscribe here on this YouTube channel and turn your alerts on. Not Shoes comes out every month or so. We're going to have another episode before the end of the year so we can kind of...
I'm excited for that show. It's going to be a really fun show.
It'll be really fun. We're going to assess everything that was 2019 and going forward into 2020. Of course, Sam Roberts Now is here on the YouTube channel every Friday night. And everything else that we do. Thanks, everybody. We will see you